Welcome to this lecture on the motion of system of particles and rigid body. In this lecture, we'll talk about the applications of law of conservation of angular momentum. Angular momentum को हमने define किया. There has been two definitions. One is कि angular momentum of a body is the cross product of r is position vector, and p is linear momentum. So if you take a particle, take its position vector with respect to axis of rotation, take the cross product of that position vector with the linear momentum, and we get the angular momentum. This is also called as, that way, the moment of momentum. That means it is the moment of linear momentum. Like we have torque as the moment of force, the torque जो है, that is equal to r cross f. So this is called as moment of force. तो इसको हम कहते हैं moment of momentum. Next is कि another way we have कि जैसे हम एक equation लिखते हैं f is equal to m into a in the linear motion or translational motion. Here in rotational motion we define this as जो ये torque है, torque will replace the force and this will be moment of inertia and then we have alpha. On the similar lines अगर हम एक equation लिखें that we see in case of the linear motion we have the linear momentum P equal to the product of mass and velocity. Here we have an analogous equation where we replace mass by moment of inertia. जैसे हमने ये replace किया और a को यहाँ alpha से हमने replace किया, then here we have omega. तो ये जो equation है, this equation and these two equations, they are very commonly used in the translational motion. In this case, you could think of their two analogies, एक ये और ये, दूसरा that angular momentum is the product of moment of inertia and angular velocity. Now the way linear momentum gives us a quantitative idea that how much of linear motion is possessed by a body, the angular momentum gives us a quantitative idea that what is the amount of rotational motion possessed by a body. The difference between the application of this equation and this equation is कि जो mass है, mass किसी object का किसी भी orientation में उसको रखने से बदलता नहीं है, लेकिन जो moment of inertia है वो एक axis of rotation पर depend करता है. जैसे अगर ये हमारे पास एक rigid body हो और इस rigid body से पहले मैंने ये axis ले लिया और फिर ये axis ले लिया, if I say here the moment of inertia is ix, here the moment of inertia is iy, they are different from each other because the distribution of mass with respect to this axis and the distribution of mass with respect to this axis, they differ from each other. But one thing is very important and significant, वो ये है कि जब एक mass बहुत ही ज़्यादा stretched हो, that means अगर मैं एक mass को ऐसे stretch कर दूं and pass an axis through this point, then this point will have, जो इसका ये mass points है, जो इसका mass suppose m है, it will have a moment of inertia mr square, and we will add such moment of inertia by taking all the points of this rigid body and add them together. So you will see कि जब एक object एक axis of rotation से ज़्यादा बहुत ज़्यादा दूरी पर फैल जाए, its moment of inertia becomes large. अब अगर मैं इसी मास को समेट के इसको स्क्वीज करके इस तरह से बना दें, now we see that this mass has come closer. तो जो ये r की distances बड़ी distances थी, they have been shortened now. This mass is closer to the axis of rotation. The moment of inertia will change. It will be lesser. So अगर इसका moment of inertia है I1 और इसका moment of inertia है I2, you will agree here that I1 will be less than I2. Now thinking about this relation कि moment of inertia is decreased or it decreases when an object has its mass lying very close to the axis of rotation, and moment of inertia increases as an object has a mass which is far away from the axis of rotation. These two principles or these two ideas can be of some great utility in some phenomena which we see in our day-to-day life. Imagine कि एक circus में ये एक rotating table है, this is a rotating platform, and this rotating platform is rotating in a particular direction either clockwise or anti-clockwise. So this rotating platform could be something like this, जो एक object ऐसे rotate कर रहा है. This rotating platform is either moving in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. इस rotating platform का जो motion है वो ऐसा है कि omega is constant. So its angular velocity is constant. ये इसका axis of rotation है. So here is the axis of rotation where it is rotating. इस rotating platform पर a person comes to stand on it, and this person is carrying two weights with him. So his weights are carried in his arms, and the arm is stretched in this manner that he carries the weight in such a way that the weight is stretched away from his body. So what would be the value, or what would be happening to the moment of inertia of his body when the masses are stretched away from the body? Obviously, as per this form, you will see that once the situation is of the second type, I2 will be greater than I1. तो हम दो तरह से इन masses को पहले रखते हैं. First, stretched away. So when arms are stretched, जो इसकी arms हैं, they are stretched, you will see that moment of inertia is large. अब अगर इसका angular momentum लिखते हैं, that angular momentum L is equal to I into omega, and I see that omega is equal to L divided by I. So this can be, अगर मैं इसको omega 1 कह दूं, when arms are stretched. Now the arms are closed to body. So that means when he does not stretch the arms, brings the two masses very, very close to his body, here and here, the masses are brought close by putting the arms close to his body. What will happen? That arms are close to body. You will see that L, which is equal to I omega, or omega, which is now omega 2, is equal to L by I. ये देखें जो L है ये दोनों में कांस्टेंट है, यहाँ और यहाँ. If I call it as I1 omega 1, here I call it as I2 omega 2. Here I'll see that omega 1 is equal to L divided by I1. Here I see omega 2 is equal to L divided by I2. तो आप देख रहे हैं कि इस केस में जो I2 है, जैसे यहाँ पर हम देख रहे हैं कि जो आर्म्स क्लोज्ड हैं, the moment of inertia will be lesser जब आर्म्स क्लोज्ड हैं, और जब आर्म्स स्ट्रेच्ड हैं, moment of inertia will be greater. Since I1 is greater than I2, you will see कि जो omega 1 की वैल्यू है और omega 1 जो I1 है, it's a large number, और जो omega 2 की वैल्यू है, because I2 is a small number, so omega 1 will be less than omega 2. What it means कि आप इस टेबल की रोटेशन को या तो स्लो डाउन कर सकते हो, इसकी रोटेशनल वेलोसिटी, दैट मींस एंगुलर वेलोसिटी को, या इसकी एंगुलर वेलोसिटी को आप इंक्रीज कर सकते हो बाय स्टैंडिंग ऑन द टेबल. आइदर यू कीप टू masses in your hands which are very, very close to your body, or stretch them apart. This is the principle of conservation of angular momentum being applied, कि you can control the rotational or the angular velocity of this table. This table will slow down when he stretches the arms, because when he stretches the arms, there is omega 1 will be less, and when he closes the arms, the table's rotational speed is increased, or omega is increased. So in that sense, you can see that this can be sometimes seen as a kind of magical trick in a sport or in a circus, and it is nothing, it is simply the law of conservation of angular momentum at work. Now you have seen a person diving into a swimming pool. So this is a swimming pool board. So here is the board, and here you have the swimming pool where there is water inside, and a person is diving. It is diving down from a board into the swimming pool. आप इस डाइवर की एक्शन को जब आप नोट करोगे, so what you will see is that this person who is diving down, इसकी जो एक्शन है, that action will be like this. Initially, when he starts to dive, he takes a jump from the board. The board is sometimes a springy one, और जैसे एयर में जंप करता है, ये अपनी बॉडी को टक इन करता है. टकिंग will mean कि ये अपने हेड को चेस्ट के साथ और अपने आर्म्स को क्लोज करके, अपनी टांगों को क्लोज करके, he is trying to use कि जो इसकी बॉडी का शेप ऐसे टक इन होगा. So here is head, then there is the chest, and these are the arms and the legs. You are trying to see कि ये इसका axis of rotation है. So with respect to this axis of rotation, when it tucks the body in, there is a decrease in the moment of inertia. So since I say that L is equal to I omega, when I becomes equal to L by omega, so basically when there is a decrease in moment of inertia, keeping the value of L constant, there has to be an increase in the value of omega. So he starts somersaulting in air and it is quickly rotational motion because जो omega है वो इसने बढ़ा दिया. But the moment he is about to hit the ground, तो ये अपनी body को फिर stretch करता है. So he stretches the body and you will see that this is the position of the head and he is stretching his body in such a manner that he is not now in any case allowing the body to get stuck, or he is stretching and he is trying to decrease the value of omega by increasing the value of moment of inertia. क्योंकि जब इसने axis of rotation से mass को दूर कर दिया, the moment of inertia is increased. जब moment of inertia increase होगा, obviously L is constant, the omega will have to decrease. क्योंकि पानी में jump करने के लिए उसको किसी angular velocity की जरूरत नहीं है, बल्कि एक linear velocity की जरूरत है. So he is trying to lose on the angular velocity before jumping into the water, but in air he makes a somersault by increasing the value of omega. Now we have a dancer who is dancing on the ice, or a belly dancer. When he dances, you will see कि जो उसकी कभी dancing movements में एक rotational motion की tendency है, उसको control कर सकता है by stretching the arms or by bringing the arms close. So basically the same example applies. जैसे एक rotational table पर एक आदमी खड़ा है और अपने body को stretch करता है या अपने body को tuck in करता है close to the axis of rotation. In the same way, a dancer, you will see, will be controlling the rotational motion of his body by either stretching the arms or tucking the arms close to the body. Next is कि जो Earth है, Earth as such is a planet of Sun. So this is Sun, और Sun की वजह से Earth को कौन rotation में डालता है? That is the gravitational force. Now this gravitational force of Sun on Earth, this is Earth, acts along the line joining these two. That means it is along the line which is joining. So इसको हम एक central force कहते हैं, क्योंकि जब Earth यहाँ पहुंचेगा, the force will be still acting on this line joining the two, that is Sun and Earth. अब एक force का जो direction है, अगर वो हम position vector के साथ ले लें, that way we have a relation like this, that torque which is equal to R cross F. So that way, if the direction of the force is such कि ये force इसी line पर act करता है, और चाहे आप position vector यहाँ से लेके यहाँ लें या यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक लें, either way there is an angle between force of the force which is acting and the position vector which is either 0 degree or 180 degree. चाहे वो 0 degree हो या 180 degree हो, the magnitude of torque which is given by R F sin theta has to become equal to 0, because sin 0 degree भी 0 होता है और sin 180 degree भी 0 होता है. With this type of situation, कि when torque is equal to 0, we have a situation like this, that whenever external torque becomes equal to d over dt of L, then I can say that in presence of 0 torque, the value of this implies that dl by dt should be equal to 0, and when dl by dt becomes equal to 0, जो L है, L becomes a constant. And this constant value of L, that angular momentum is becoming constant, makes it a motion in which law of conservation of angular momentum holds true. So remember that when Earth is moving in the wake of the gravitational field of Sun, its angular momentum remains constant. Now, if angular momentum is equal to constant, we can agree that I into omega is equal to constant. Now, if I into omega is equal to constant, what will happen is something like this. देखें, ये एक Earth का sphere जो rotation में जा रहा है और it is rotating with respect to an axis, जो exact north pole और south pole हैं, they are slightly, कि इसका axis जो है, it is slightly slanted with respect to sun. But imagine कि ये इसका axis of rotation है and the Earth is rotating. This is west to east, so it is rotating from west towards east. Now in this rotational motion, what's happened here? There is a very large mass of ice which is piled up. काफी सारे बड़े बड़े ग्लेशियर्स हैं और बड़े बड़े जो आइस के masses हैं, ice caps हैं towards the poles. So this ice is right now lying close to the axis. So if I use the relation that L is equal to I omega, this earth has a moment of inertia with respect to axis given by I. Imagine that we have some apprehensions that over future course of time on earth, because of global warming or some other factors, there may be melting of this ice. अगर ये ice melt होके equator की तरफ आता है, and these are the ice, this ice will obviously melt and come in the form of water towards the equator. You will see कि जो इस वक्त इसका moment of inertia है वो कम है, because the mass is very close to the axis of rotation. जब यही mass इस axis of rotation से बहुत दूर हो, what will happen to moment of inertia? So I'll say, as the ice caps on poles melt, as the ice caps on poles melt, the moment of inertia of earth will increase. So this moment of inertia will increase because you have taken now mass away from the axis of rotation. अगर ये moment of inertia increase होता है, to keep L constant, if it is right now I1 omega 1, then it will become I2 omega 2. So that I1 omega 1, which is equal to I2 omega 2, और I have कि अगर पहले इसका moment of inertia था I1 और rotation जो इसकी angular frequency थी वो थी omega 1, then what will happen is कि we will have omega 2 equal to, जो ये omega 2 है, it will be I1 divided by I2 into omega 1. Yeah, I can say that omega 2 divided by omega 1 is equal to I1 divided by I2. Now I2 is this moment of inertia which has increased, or I1 was initial. That means जो I2 है, since I2 is greater than I1, I2 is greater than I1, what will happen is कि this number will be a fractional number. So जो omega 2 by omega 1 है, omega 2 divided by omega, it is less than 1. So, अगर ये less than 1 है, that means omega 2 is less than omega 1. That way जो earth की rotation है, that rotation or that angular speed will decrease. Now this decrease in angular speed of earth will mean कि अगर मैं ये कहता हूं कि omega 2 is equal to 2 pi by T2. What is T2 now? T2 is the time taken by earth for one rotation, which on an average we take as 24 hours. So here omega 1 is equal to 2 pi by T1. Since you see that omega 2 is less than omega 1, that means 2 pi by T2. So 2 pi by T2 is less than 2 pi by T1. Or I'll see that 2 pi and 2 pi gets cancelled, and I can say 1 by T1, 1 by T2 is less than 1 by T1. So this would be the relation between the previous time period, जो पहले इसका time period था, और बाद में जो इसका time period होगा. So if you take the reciprocal of these two, you will see कि this reciprocal of the two will lead to a relation. The relation is कि जब हम T2 और T1 की बात करेंगे, you will see that T2 becomes greater than T1. So this T2 becomes greater than T1. That means time taken by Earth to complete one rotation, if the ice caps melt, will be greater than the time taken to complete one rotation which it was taking before the ice caps melt. This time increase because of Earth's rotation is going to be significant कि जो day length हमारी है, that day length or the duration of the day night जो आज 24 hours है, अगर ऐसा phenomenon एक considerable amount या एक considerable phenomenon हो जाता है, the duration of day will change. This may not become 24 hours, it may then be greater than 24 hours, the time taken for one rotation by Earth. So, as a matter of fact, जब भी हम law of conservation of linear momentum की बात करते हैं, in the translational motion, we have had number of examples like a bullet being fired out of a gun, what would be the outcome, or an air balloon being sent up, or a rocket being sent up. So all those are the applications of law of conservation of linear momentum, we have on the equal footing law of conservation of angular momentum in case of rotational dynamics. और आपने यहाँ देखा कि law of conservation of angular momentum को हम day to day life में या otherwise on a macroscopic or astronomical scale किस तरह से apply कर सकते हैं. There can be many more examples like this जहां पर rotation involved है. Moment of inertia को gauge कीजिए, omega को gauge कीजिए, L is equal to I into omega. इस equation को use करें the way you have used P is equal to mv in translational motion. So you will be able to answer many more questions other than these जो हमने कुछ examples यहां पर ली. Air masses की जो rotation है that is a very prominent geographical phenomenon जिसको हम एक tornado कहते हैं. What we see that a big air mass is trying to get into rotational motion, or whatever comes in the wake of this air mass, ये कभी एक बिल्डिंग को काट सकता है, कभी एक शिप को हिला सकता है, कभी किसी पेड़ को गिरा सकता है. What is happening here is that if this is the axis of rotation, and with this respect to the axis of rotation, there is a huge air mass which is set into rotation. What you will see is कि अब चूंकि एयर की जो लेयर्स हैं इसमें या एयर के मॉलिक्यूल जो हैं they are not as strongly or as tightly held as they are held in case of a solid body, in a rigid body. But some dynamics here is at work. आप देखेंगे कि if I take the inner aspect or the inner part of this tornado, this is the inner part. इस inner part में जो mass है, that mass is lying very very close to the axis of rotation. तो ये हमारा axis of rotation है. Since it lies very close to the axis of rotation, जो इस inner mass की जो value of omega है, that omega will be decided like this. If I say L is equal to I omega, so keeping the angular momentum of this whole air mass constant, what you will see is कि जो इसका moment of inertia है, that is small. Once moment of inertia is small, so when I write L divided by I is equal to omega, तो जब इसका moment of inertia small है, it will have a large angular velocity. So जो inner mass है, उसका अगर मैं omega 1 ले लूं, omega 1 is the angular velocity. This omega 1 will be equal to omega 1 will be equal to L divided by I1. Now if I take the outer mass, जो इसका outer layers हैं, these outer layers, they have an angular velocity or angular say omega equal to L omega 2, so you'll have L by I2 is equal to omega 2. Now in this case what you realize कि जो इसका moment of inertia है, this moment of inertia is very very large. So I2 is large as compared to I1, as compared to I1. So since you see that I2 is greater than I1, आप यहां से एग्री करेंगे कि ये बड़ा डिनोमिनेटर है, L की वैल्यू है यहां, ये छोटा डिनोमिनेटर है, L की वैल्यू है यहां. So you will see omega 1 will be greater than omega 2. The inner layers of air which are close to the axis of rotation move with a very high angular velocity, whereas the outer ones they move with a lesser angular velocity. That means more danger is in this belt because the air masses are rotating with a very high angular velocity, and that way we see the motion of a tornado can be one of the applications of the law of conservation of angular momentum. So this was about the applications of law of conservation of angular momentum, and this law of conservation of angular momentum is one of the important pillars of physics जिसको हम यूटिलाइज करते हैं फॉर मेनी प्रोसेसेस. तो इसको आप ख्याल रखें. द टाइप ऑफ मोशन जिसमें हमने कहा कि देयर इज नो टॉर्क एक्टिंग ऑन द सिस्टम, इसको हम कई बार टॉर्क फ्री मोशन कहते हैं. So whenever there is a torque free motion, the angular momentum of the system remains conserved. You can apply this equation in the same form even in the atomic world. That's very important कि even in the case of the motion of electrons or the motion of the nuclei or other subatomic particles, we can apply this equation. L is called R cross P, या torque is called R cross F, या L is called I omega, and you can answer many questions from there also. Thank you.